Have you ever wanted to read a letter that was meant for someone else? Have you ever wanted to travel the world but didn't have the time or the money? If so, you are in the right place. Welcome to In My Voice, the podcast where we read letters and share travel stories about places by our guests. I am your host Bwanaheri, and each week I'll guide you through these two different yet fascinating worlds. In the first segment, we'll read letters written to listeners like you about a variety of subjects, from heartwarming stories to heartbreaking experiences. These letters offer a unique perspective on the human experience. Some of them will make you laugh, while the others will bring a tear to your eye. But they all have one thing in common. They are written from the heart. In the second segment, we will embark on a journey to explore the world through travel stories. We'll visit exotic destinations, meet interesting people, and experience the joys and challenges of traveling. Whether you are a seasoned traveler or someone who's always dreamed of seeing the world, you will find something to inspire you in these stories. So, join me every week as we dive into these two fascinating worlds. In My Voice. I promise you won't be disappointed. Subscribe now and don't miss an episode. Welcome back to another episode of the In My Voice podcast. Today, we embark on a journey through the vibrant facet of friendship, where threads of laughter, shared experiences, and occasional challenges intertwine to create the fabric of our lives. But as we all know, dear voices, friendships aren't always as smooth sailing on Lake Victoria. They can weather storms, face challenges, and sometimes experience moments of discord. Yet, it's in these moments of trial that the true strength of friendship reveals itself. This is In My Voice, and I'm your host, Bwanaheri. As we journey together, let's first hear from these two wonderful listeners who courageously share their voices, recounting the challenges of navigating friendships in the face of heartache and change.
Yo, Aban, how are you? Well, these good friends of mine I had, they are now married, the husband and wife. We go back in the days of campus, been friends for long. But right now we are not friends anymore. I don't know if I'm their friend but I don't think we are friends anymore because we lost contact, we're no longer in touch. So it so happened, 2022, when I was organizing my introduction. So I put this friend of mine in the group. And the group I put in was a group for people who are going to get caught in So that time I'd gone to Bunyonyi, I'd taken class to Bunyonyi. So I was there. The wife of that guy sent me a message like, by the way, I saw you added my husband into your group, but I disagreed with him. He shouldn't contribute money for you. What? I first thought about it, like this is a friend who's telling me all this. I first thought about it, thought I was mad. So I replied, I told her by the way, I added your husband in the group, not because I want his money, but just to escort me since he's my friend. So at least he should escort me when I'm going to pick my wife. Then we chatted a lot. I opened up to him like, by the way, I'm so disappointed in you that you can do such a thing. And why he said, I disagree with my husband contributing for your function because he didn't come to see my kid. Their kids. Me not going to see their kids. Does that call for beef or anything bad? Because remember, during all their functions, those days I was still working later. Introduction, I was there. Wedding, I was there for them. Actually, introduction, I think I'm the only friend who went for that introduction to Masaka. But I traveled from Lira, came to Kampala, then boarded again, went to Masaka for the introduction. I was the only friend who went for that. The rest were family members. Then for the wedding, I was there for their first wedding meeting. And I was traveling from Kampala. I was part of the groomsmen. I had to foot my bills for the suits. I had to give contribution. I remember even my phone was stolen from their function. but they didn't say over, they didn't even say repeat. I had to buy another phone. But here is the person telling me, Richie, because you haven't come to see our child, we are also not supporting you at your function. We're like, wow, this is something new. Because I remember even I met the guy in the bar, the guy was a bit blamed. Guy in another bar, Richie, not mine. But it's okay. That's life. And I was not, by the way, over, just like I wanted your money. Just wanted you to escort me. So from that day onwards, I deleted the contacts because they're not going to add anything to me. By the time you say something like that, it's because you haven't come to see our child, so we want to support you in a function. Then forgetting that I gave their functions everything of mine. I put in my all. So that's how I lost friendship with someone.
So my story about the friendship I buried, and I don't wish to revive it again. I met this friend of mine in one of my circles I enjoy so much. So I didn't have that much time to check whether she's a good person or what. Like, we vibed, we became close friends. I met her when she was in her final year at her campus. She finished. Then it reached a time where she had to go back to her parents' house. She didn't want. So she told me, and I'm like, okay, you can move in with me. You can stay at my house since I rarely be there. Like, I don't be at that house that much. So you can come, stay for some time. Maybe when you get a job, you find your own place, then you move out. She's like, okay, thank you so much. That's so good. So we stayed together for almost 2 years. But me, I was on and off. Like, I used to leave her at my house, then I go to my parents' house. Or sometimes my school could send me for different internships in different hospitals. So I was rarely around. So she used to have her space. Like, she used to enjoy staying alone. So sometime I came back, and this was like after 1 month of me being away. I returned at this house in the night with my friends who were from some party. So we are 4 girls. We reached, we knock, and no one was answering. And this was like 3 a.m. in the morning. We knocked, expecting someone to open for us. She refused. After us knocking for like 30 good minutes, there is a man who replied that, you guys, you can go away. She's not around. She told me not to open for anyone and stuff. I'm like, what? What do you mean not opening for anyone? I have my keys. I can open this door. But the reason we couldn't open for ourselves, that the padlock, we couldn't access it because it was locked from inside. So you can't open it from out. Then I think we persisted for like 30 minutes sitting there. That's close to an hour, coming to 4 a.m. She herself replies like, she is not here. A female voice, she's not here. She told us not to open for anyone, and I don't know you guys. We are not going to open, sorry, and stuff. We got so pissed. We had to find refuge like somewhere else where to spend the night and stuff. We left. I returned after 1 week, specifically to take my things out of that house. Like, I leave her there so I can move out. So I came to pick my things. It was like a Sunday evening with a whole vehicle, like to load my things, go. I reached there, I found her chilling. And I'm like, you know what, girl, I'm here to pick my things. I'm leaving right now. So you will start paying for yourself. She's like, okay. When I started packing my things, she started throwing tantrums, shouting at me. She said, you cannot go since you didn't like warn me that you're going to take everything today. You cannot leave me here without a bed. I cannot sleep on the floor. It was a heated argument. We fought. I was getting pissed from what she did to me the other night. Now she's refusing me to shift. She cut my things. She broke utensils in the kitchen. That's when the landlord came and they got her out. They took her out of the house. Then I started packing my things. She cut the carpet. She cut like the mattress. But at this point, I didn't care. I just wanted to go. So I shifted my things from the place that evening, very torn, looking like rags. Let me tell you, up to today, I don't wish to find her anywhere. I don't wish to have a friend like her again in my life.
As we can hear from these two stories, we can feel love, we can feel disappointment, and we can feel regret. And that's the beauty about life, isn't it? Threads of all colors and textures weave together. Some bold as midday in Kampala, others as comforting as a mug of a strong Ugandan coffee. But the threads that truly make the picture complete are the ones representing our friendships. These bonds forged in shared secrets whispered at hangouts, jokes that make us erupt in laughter louder than a border horn, and adventures that turn into legendary tales told around meetups. These are the cornerstones of our lives. I remember a time we piled into a taxi, destination unknown, only to find ourselves lost somewhere past Ginger, with nothing but a local roadside store selling Rolex for guidance. Or for you, those epic evenings playing Otio where friendships were playfully tested and laughter echoed through the night, leaving the floor littered with discarded bottles of beer. Those moments, dear voices, are the glue that holds our friendships together. But listen up. Friendships aren't always guaranteed sunshine and a smooth sailing on Lake Victoria. Just like your favorite chisati that snagged a thorny bush, friendships can experience their own snags and tears. There will likely be a time when a close friend disappoints you. Maybe they bail on a planned weekend getaway to CP Falls, leaving you feeling like a lone chindazi, or perhaps you'll have a disagreement that escalates into a social media standoff of passive-aggressive emojis. Trust me, those never end well. Not even with the most clever use of Museveni memes. They will never end well. It will sting, voices. It might feel like a betrayal, a giant hole ripped into the fabric of your world. Remember that time when someone accidentally left their best outfit at a friend's house, throwing their entire party into chaos? That frantic search, the desperate calls. Well, your friend-induced heartache might feel a little more hurting than that experience. Here's the secret about friendships, voices. The good times don't disappear just because there is a tear in the fabric. Remember all those inside jokes you shared with your best friend, the times you stayed up late whispering secrets. Those memories are like patches ready to mend the tear and make the friendship stronger. Just like many of you, I also have gone through friendships that have broken and really hurt. Because we invest a lot of time to make people truly our friends. By the time we call people our friends, we have spent a lot of time together, learned each other, told each other secrets that you would have never told anyone else. So when that friendship comes to an end, it hurts. It hurts for many reasons. One, you trusted this person with your most treasured secrets, and you've shared a lot of memories together. And two, you're hurt because you didn't expect that from that person in particular. So that hurts even more. Now, here's the tricky part. Healing, unlike that snatchisati that you may have magically fixed at Mama Nachi's sewing machine, healing a broken friendship takes time. Think of it like a mosquito bite. It itches and annoys, but with a little bit care and maybe some soothing aloe vera, it eventually heals. But how do you go about it? How do you remember that someone you once treasured, who was one of your best friends, who knew everything about you, who you shared everything with, just magically turned out to be one of the biggest disappointments, and just you can't stand it anymore? I've been broken by a friend. And trust me, it hurts even more than a heartbreak from a failed love relationship. So how do you go about broken friendships? Silence. Silence can be a good thing. Sometimes letting the dust settle and the emotions cool down is like waiting for the midday heat to ease before continuing your journey. Picture your favorite folk tale. There is always moments where the hero takes a deep breath, reassesses the situation, and comes up with a clever plan. That's what you need to do too. I've always found it easy to talk to a friend who has disappointed me or broken me. After some time of just letting things cool down, no communication, not talking about whatever it was, but just letting things be as they are. In the words of Full Figure, let people be. Sometimes when you have this heated argument that you think is going to make your friendship break, silence is the best strategy. However, while silence is important, don't let it become your only strategy. It's said that buried treasure doesn't magically appear. You have to dig for it. When you are ready, try to understand what happened. Was your anger justified? Did you contribute to this fight in any way? And you need to be honest with yourself. It can't be that they were always wrong or they disappointed me like this and like that. You need to reassess the situation and ask yourself, what was my part in this disagreement? Here's the thing. Sometimes friendships break because of misunderstandings. Maybe your friend didn't forget your birthday on purpose. They were just swamped with work deadlines or preparing for their final exams. Or perhaps your disagreement stemmed from miscommunication. Like that one time you misunderstood your friend's reluctance to attend a party as a personal slight, when they were actually struggling with a mental health issue, anxiety, and needed your support. It's easy for wires to get crossed in this fast-paced world we live in, but taking time to understand each other's perspective can mend fences and strengthen the bonds. So, as we navigate this thing called friendships, we need to go into it and live through the friendship, knowing that it's possible for it to be broken, but also understanding that it can be mended. However, you do not have to force to mend some of the friendships. Some of them are not really worth mending. However, when you are ready, consider reaching out. Don't unleash a barrage of angry WhatsApp messages. Picture a peace offering instead. Or maybe just share a light joke that you both used to enjoy during the good days. And start a conversation. Plan a hangout and, with the intention to actually try and make amends to this broken friendship. The friendship might never be the same again. Just like your repaired t-shirt might have a slight mend. The friendship might have a reminder of the rough patch. But here is the beauty of it all. That man becomes a symbol of resilience, of the strength the friendship possesses. The silence might be deafening now, voices. But communication is the bridge that can mend those connections. So don't be afraid to reach out, to apologize if you need to, and to forgive, even if it's difficult. True friendships are worthy of the effort to mend. Remember, voices, the world is full of potential friends waiting to be discovered. Treasure the ones you have, nurture them with kindness and understanding. Let me know what you think in the comments, and if you have a friend that you want to listen to this episode because you have a similar situation like I have shared about, feel free to share it with them and let them know that you are willing to reach out and want to talk and make things work between you two again. Until next time, this is Bwanaheri and you've been listening to the In My Voice podcast. Ciao, adios.